And welcome back to Atreyu News. Bill to defund Planned Parenthood has failed. Bad news. Newsweek reported Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe on Tuesday vetoed a bill that would have blocked funding for Planned Parenthood, which provides abortions and other health services. The bill passed by the Republican-controlled legislature would have barred the state from providing funds to clinics that perform abortions not covered by Medicaid, the federal health care program for the poor. McAuliffe, a Democrat, said the measure would harm thousands of Virginians who relied on Planned Parenthood health care services and programs. He vetoed a similar measure last year. Attempt to restrict women's access to health care will impede the goal of making Virginia the best place to live, work, and run a business, he said in a statement. Oh, I see. So if you stop killing your kids, it won't be the best place to live anymore. I see how it works. Advocates for the law had said it would underpin organizations that provide the widest range of services. Look, I get that Planned Parenthood has functional and beneficial services. However, being able to kill your own child, it just goes against nature. All it will do is further destabilize and deteriorate Western civilization. If you kill your kids, you don't deserve to go on. That's kind of how universal law would dictate it. I do find it funny, however, that women say, I get to do what I want with my body, as if their baby is their body. Tell me, is your baby your body, or is it its separate entity? I get that you're connected, however, the child within the womb is not the mother. So the idea that a woman says, I have, you know, the idea of what I want to do with my body, well, it's not really your body we're talking about, is it? We're talking about ripping a separate body out of yours and killing it. It's completely wrong, morally and ethically. Breaking video. President Trump talks budget with top officials. President of the United States discusses the federal budget over lunch with top officials, says he's going to make government leaner and more accountable. Let him have it, Trump.
He loves those budgets. Unfortunately, the budget that we're essentially inheriting, is a mess. The finances of our country are a mess, but we're going to clean them up. Things that we've been doing, including negotiating deals that have already been negotiating, so you call it renegotiating, on airplanes and lots of other things, military items. We'll end up either getting many more planes free, or we're going to save a lot of money, but we've already saved a lot. Billions and billions of dollars has been saved. We have enormous work to do as the national debt doubled over the last 8 years. Our debt has doubled over a short period of time. I want the American people to know that our budget will reflect their priorities. We'll be directing all of our departments and agencies to protect every last American and every last tax dollar. No more wasted money. We're going to be spending the money in a very, very careful manner. Our moral duty to the taxpayer requires us to make our government leaner and more accountable. We must do a lot more with less. And we must stop the improper payments, end the abuses, negotiate better prices.
Boom. You gotta love that. An actual leader in power. And that who does what he says. Now, if he could just get the rest of the White House to get in line and do as he says, things will go a lot smoother, I'm sure. General Mattis got the Pentagon's attention with one move. So there's a very good reason the Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, earned the nickname Mad Dog, and the key word to take away from this sentence is earned. Returning to the U.S. after meeting allies in the Middle East and Europe, Mattis wasted no time in getting back to work Tuesday morning. Reports say that the Secretary of Defense took only 3 hours for himself before heading back to work at the Pentagon to handle business. Much of the meeting was spent discussing the topic that the administration is frustrated now. Mattis used the meeting to warn NATO defense ministers to increase their defense spending, or else the U.S. would be cutting back on its own investment. Well, damn right. If you want the best service in the world, you're going to have to pay for it, period. America will meet its responsibilities, but if your nations do not want to see America moderate its commitment to the Allies, each of your capitals need to show its support for our common defense. No longer can the American taxpayer carry a disproportionate share of the defense of Western values. Americans cannot care more for your children's security than you do. Disregard for military readiness demonstrates a lack of respect for ourselves, for the alliance, and for the freedoms we inherited, which are now clearly threatened. Wow, what a guy. That was awesome. While visiting the Middle East, Mattis alleviated Iraqis' fears that the United States was there to capture the country's oil. We're going to make certain we've got good shared situational awareness of what we face as we work together, fight alongside each other to destroy ISIS. That's the point about going there. Mattis attained the nickname Mad Dog after commanding combat troops into the Persian Gulf War in 1991, as well as Afghanistan and Iraq in the early 2000s. Also because he's an eager student of history, his other nickname is the Warrior Monk. For those few people knocking me for tweeting at 3 o'clock in the morning, at least you know I will be there, awake to the answer to the call. I remember that before the election. That was awesome. Great, great general.